Hello, guys, and welcome to a new month and a new week as well. I hope we all had a great month last month, and we're hoping for a better month this new month, which is August. And we're going to analyze both for the month and as well as for the week. It's been a while since we did this analysis, just because every entry that we had, price was just playing according to plan. But now that we have a new week and a new month, let's look at the chart and see the direction of price. Currently, when you look at it, you can see price is just ranging within this space. We have price just ranging out. So for proper movement of price, it is either price breaks above it or breaks below it. Either we have price breaking above or price breaking below in order for us to be able to have a clear movement on gold currently. But notwithstanding waiting for the clear movement, we can still get some hints from gold when we go to the higher time frame in order for us to be able to know exactly what we are doing. And as usual, we would start with our 3 month time frame. Now, when you look at the 3 month time frame, you can clearly see that price is still bearish from the last analysis that we did. You can see price is still bearish with a break of this particular level. So this particular breakout, it's either price comes, tap into it and continue to the downside. So with this, we have an idea that we are still bearish on gold. We're hoping that price can push up to this level and then pull down to the lower side for us. So with this breakout that we are having here, we're just expecting a pullback into that zone and then we move down with it. Now let's look at what the monthly time frame is also telling us. When you look at the monthly time frame, we can see that we have a very strong confirmation here last 2 months, and we are still expecting a pullback either into this 3 months time frame. When we go to lower time frame, we'll definitely see some sell entries that will help us to be able to take the swing sell to the downside, or we can have price break above this into this monthly resistance and then drop down with it. So since we are bearish, we can keep an eye on any sell points, which we will be marking out throughout this analysis. But on a long-term basis, should price be able to break above our 4318, 4320 zone, then it means that we would be targeting the monthly resistance, which is our 4540 zone, in order for us to have our swing sell to the downside. But should price be able to break above that entry, which is the 4540 entry, this particular resistance, then automatically it tells us that we are going on a very long-term buy that could possibly give us a swing high. But until then, once price is below our zone, which is 4318, then it means that we continue to look for more selling opportunities. Now, if we are selling, where are we selling to? This zone is going to be a long-term selling opportunity where we expect price to sell into. That is, since we are bearish, this area is going to be a long-term sell opportunity. Should price be able to get to this level and is dropping, our long-term target is going to be at this particular spot. But since the interval or the pips is too huge, where can we pick a short-term selling opportunity? You can see from the monthly time frame, we would be able to target this support level for price in order for us to be able to get a short-term profit. So here, though we know that on a long-term basis, should we have a sell confirmation from the upper zone, which is 4318, we would be targeting this long-term goal. We have a short-term profit at this particular zone, and then we would be expecting price to pull back into any sell entry after it had had a break and then get us into the long-term sell zone. And then now we take our swing buy to the upside. So this is basically what I'm looking at for on the higher perspective in terms of a long-term goal. But on a short-term goal, which we need within this week and possibly within next week, that's what we're going to look out for now as we analyze the chart. So now let's continue from the monthly level. You can see the monthly level has really given us a strong indication that we are still bearish. And so we look for selling opportunities within this monthly candle or selling opportunities within this monthly candle. As I said, once price breaks above this monthly candle, we'll push to the upside. But once it stays below, then it means that we'll continue to push to the downside. Now let's have a look at the weekly and see what the weekly is also telling us, or the information that the weekly is giving onto us. Now, when we take the weekly and we look at it, you can see price is currently reacting from this weekly support level. Price is reacting from this weekly support level, this area. You can see price reacting from this weekly support level. And it has stayed at that particular level for a very long time. Looking at it, it's a very strong zone that we can see. Price has been reacting over here for a very long time. So what I'm looking out for this week is, since I am bearish, I'm looking out for price to be able to break below this zone. And then we get a possible entry to target our short-term TP zone. So that's basically what I'm looking out for. But at the same time, we also know that should price continue to buy, then it means that we are buying all the way to our 4318 zone and possibly push down with price. Now, when you look at the 4318 zone, you'll be able to see that we had a test here, we've had a test here, it has also become a support, and then we have it as a resistance. So using SNR criteria, you can see that we have a resistance, we had a support, we had a support, we had a resistance, and price can possibly use it as another resistance to drop to the what? Downside. So we have a very strong zone should price be able to get to that particular zone. So you can watch out for that particular zone. But currently, what is price doing here? When you look at the weekly price action, you can see from the weekly price action that we had, after we had this strong push with these internal structures, we had this push to the downside that gave us a shift and a change of character to introduce to us more selling opportunities, where we had price break down to this level. So the whole of this movement up to 4,000 is an impulsive move that is being done on the weekly, but with internal structures where we had this internal structure, a pullback, we had an internal structure, a pullback, we had an external structure, a pullback, and now we have internal structures and pullback. So we can also have this drop down for an internal structure that will lead to a possible short-term buy opportunity that can lead us to this particular level or this level, and then we have a drop to the downside. But since we focus more on intraday, let's just look at what the current price action is telling us within this short impulse and correction zone. So when you look at it, you can see price created high points at this particular level. When you look at it, you can see we have a high point here that price created on the weekly level. And then price also created a low point here on the weekly level. So from the weekly perspective, we have high and then a low point that price is reacting from. When you look at it, that's low point that price created when it had an impulsive move for the pullback at this particular level. You can see when we had an impulsive move for the pullback and then another impulsive move, price was able to break below the support level, making it a resistance level. And you can see price was able to respect the level and close below. We had another push up and then price closed below. So we expecting price as it push up, when it gets into any sell entry zone, it will continue to push down. Or probably once it has hit this level, it will be able to give a sell confirmation to push down. Now, our major sell confirmation would be a break below the 4,000 that will confirm to us more selling opportunities to our 3855 points for our first TP zone, and then we see what price would do. So with this, we basically know that we are bearish, as I said, and any push into this entry zone, it means that we are going to look for more selling opportunities with any sell entry zone. That is between 4175 and that of 4085. So between 4085 and 4175, any sell entry, we just give it a chance and drop to the downside. Now let's look at the daily to see what the daily is also communicating to us. And then we try pick some entries from that particular zone. So when you look at the daily, very good. We have a very nice reaction at the daily here. Looking at the current price action of daily, you can see price was able to give us a resistance here. This is the current resistance that we are having. And price was supposed to continue after we had the bullish break. After this candle gave us a break, we were supposed to have a push to the upside. But you can see Friday's candle was able to cancel out the bullish move, indicating more selling pressure into the system. So this particular resistance that we're having here has been invalidated due to the bearish movement that we had on Friday. So what are we expecting? We expect price to move back into that resistance and drop to the downside with confirmations, or it will be able to wake out to this resistance level and then drop to the upside. A break above this resistance level that we are seeing here will be a short-term buy opportunity into this particular sell zone that we are having for price to drop to the downside. So because of that, I would adjust my weekly level to the daily level here. That is what I would adjust it to, since the interval is very, very, how do I put it, very close. So I would adjust it to that very level and then see what price is doing on a lower time frame. Now we bear in mind that should we have price break above this level, it means that we look for buying opportunities to any sell zone that we find around the 4175, and then we push down with it. A break above the 4175 will be leading us to 4318. That is more buying opportunities to that level. But it is on a long-term basis. We go step by step. Right now, price finds itself around the 4080. So let's see what exactly price is communicating. If price is able to break above, then we look for more buying opportunities. So here on 4R, what do we see? We still have a rejection, but there is a possible sell zone on this area that we can at least be considering. Should price break above, we would not jump into a buy position yet, but we'll watch out for this particular sell zone and see what price would be doing around that area. Now let's look at 1R. So looking at 1R, you can see, okay, so we have this sell zone. It's still the same with the 1R entry. So we can maintain this sell zone. And then we also have another sell zone above here. We have another sell zone above this point. We have another sell zone here. And as you can see, the above sell zone is closer to the weekly high level, which is the 4175 area. It's closer to that zone. So there would be the need to possibly use confirmation entry for this zone, and then we can use direct entry for the above zone. So let's see what price does as we have a rejection around this daily and weekly area. If we get a confirmation, then we would be able to drop with price right to the 4,000 zone. And if possible, if price is able to break it, then it means that we come to the downside more. So currently, you can see price is reacting from this 1 hour sell entry zone. So that's where we are going to look for a confirmation entry from this 1 hour sell zone. Should we be able to get confirmation entry, then we'll get it. Now with a confirmation entry, we should be able to get the entry before price does the fill up of this particular gap. But should price be able to finish up the fill up, then it means that any buy entry, we would rather focus on it to the upside. Now let's see on 15 minutes. Entry is still the same, 5 minutes. So entry zone is still the same. But on the 5 minutes, as you can see, we have a beautiful entry currently that we can rely on. When we look at, I think, okay, so this entry is coming from 1 minute. So price hits the 1 hour zone and then gave a 1 minute entry zone here. So we have a 1 minute entry zone here. Price has respected the 1 minute entry zone. And now price has given us a 5 minute entry zone. So basically price is just continuing the sell pattern by giving us the entry zones little by little. So here 1 minute entry zone has been mitigated and fulfilled. So now we have a 5 minute entry zone. Let's see if 5 minute entry zone is also mitigated and then would also be fulfilled. So 5 minutes entry zone, we'll pick it from this area. This is where we have 5 minutes entry zone. We expect price to pull back into that particular entry. So we expect price to give us a pullback before filling the gap. Let's say we have price pull back into this 5 minutes entry, and then we drop down with price to the downside. So that's basically what I'm looking out for right now. So 40.73 between, let's say, so we have this entry. So between 40.68 and then 40.68 and then 40.77 within that entry zone. Anywhere price tap within that entry zone will be very valid for us to take a sell to the downside. But let's say a good entry would be 40.75, 40.73 area. But anywhere between 40.68 to 40.77, we'll be able to get a sell and then drop the price to the downside. So currently, that is the entry price has given us for more selling opportunities as we are looking for more selling opportunities to the downside. So that's basically what we are having on gold for now. In the course of the week, if there is anything that we need to talk about, I'll definitely share the entries with us. So we are looking for more selling opportunities should price be able to continue from where we are to the downside. But if price is able to break above this our entry, this sell entry that we are having, then it means that price will be targeting this monthly buy zone that we are having at this particular level. So this is kind of a long term since the month has just begun. this is going to be a kind of a very long-term goal. Should price not respect our sell movement, probably use this level. If price is not able to use this level to drop to the downside and decide to come use this level, if price is not able to use it and breaks above this particular level, then it means that we target this monthly zone, 3 months zone that we are having, we target it to drop to the downside. But should price be able to break that level, then it means we will use the monthly level, which is at the 4536 to drop down. So as I said, this is both a long-term analysis and a short-term analysis that we are looking at. So as the month progresses, I will definitely be updating us on what to do. But on our short term, what we are expecting within this week, we are looking at price playing out around the weekly level. So now that we have price reacting from this weekly and daily level, with the confirmation that we have, we should be able to at least drop further with price with a 5-minute entry zone that price has given us. So let's just wait for price to pull back into our sell entry, and then we take the sells to the downside. Now, coming to the downside, where can we get possible turnover points? So you can see there is a buy zone around this area. So we expect price to break below that buy zone if we continue to have our sell drop down. For us to be able to have more selling opportunities, we expect price to break below this buy zone. And then we pick our continuation sells to the downside. But price can equally respect this particular zone and push up into our upper sell zone that we're having in order for price to continue to the downside. So any of this is possible. Let's say 30 minutes. Yeah, so it's basically the same. Either price turns into this buy zone, this buy zone that we're having, and then come into this zone and break. So once we get our sell entry, should we be able to get our sell entry and we are dropping down, we can keep an eye at 4030 to be sure for sell continuation. When price is able to break below it, then we continue to the downside. But if price is not able to break it and we have a buy confirmation to push to the upside, then it means that we target our that's 4099, and then our 4115 zone for a possible sell to the downside. A break of it, then we target the upper zone. So that's basically what we are having. Hopefully, midweek, I would also come your way with another analysis based on whatever has happened within the week. But as we have analyzed, we can look at this 5-minute entry. So this, we can look at price coming back into this entry. And then short-term target can be this, which is roughly about 400 pips and stuff. So we can target price around this area, targeting this buy level, that is first TP, about 400 plus pips, and then full TP around the 4,000. So this is basically what we are having currently for gold. Let's see how it plays out. A drop into it, a possible break above, and then we get to this particular level. So looking at something like this on gold with the current confirmation that we are having. Thank you very much. And if you have not joined my community, you can search for Sinaforex GH on Telegram and join us for daily trade updates and then also trade analysis every day. Thank you very much. And if there is any question, you can drop it in the comments section and I would answer you Remember to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and have a very blessed month as well as a very good week. Thank you.